Now, if you want to create the biggest, most portentous, most life-changing change for your character, it's pretty safe to assume that it's going to take more than 2 1/4 steps. It's going to take more than Sid Field's 3-act structure. And so here's one of the big reasons that the 3-act structure doesn't work. Beyond having this gigantic 60-page section, getting a character to go from A to Z in 2 1/4 steps is really, 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 really hard. Beyond that, devoting 60 pages to one step in your character's change, no wonder you run out of steam. No wonder you get overwhelmed. No wonder you get lost. How long can you keep your character in the same place and still feel like you're telling a movie? Now, I am not the first person to suggest that it takes more than 3 acts to get a character to change. You've heard of this guy, Willie Shakespeare. How many acts did his plays have? They had 5. You may have heard of this guy, Joseph Campbell, who came up with the idea of the hero's journey based on Jungian research. And he spawned all kinds of very, very famous disciples that you've probably read. Some of the biggest gurus out there are based on hero's journey. And of course, this is the stuff that gave birth to Star Wars and The Matrix and a lot of other very famous movies. Joseph Campbell suggested that there were 21 steps to the hero's journey. And to get much more commercial, Blake Snyder, in his book Save the Cat, suggests that there are 4 acts in a character's journey. So I am not the first person to suggest that there are more than 3 acts in a movie. What I believe I may be the first person to suggest, or what I would like to, I don't really care if I'm the first or not, what I would like to suggest to you is that the number of acts is arbitrary. Okay? The number of acts in your movie is arbitrary. Breaking down your movie into acts is a way of thinking about structure. Breaking down your movies into acts is a way of thinking about structure. Now, it turns out, why do I teach 7? Why did I lock in on a number when I just told you that the number of acts is arbitrary, that we could have any number of acts in a movie? We need to break down our movie into small enough chunks that we can track the character's evolution. Because that's how structure is valuable to us. Structure is not valuable in terms of beginning, middle, and end. It's not valuable in terms of this has to happen on this page, this has to happen on that page. That's not valuable. What's valuable about structure is allowing you, as a writer, to track your character's journey in manageable chunks. If you break it down into too many chunks, you'll get overwhelmed by the chunks. You won't be able to see the shape of your character's journey. If you break it down into too few chunks, you will be able to see the shape, but you won't be able to keep the trajectory of your character moving. You're going to get bogged down because your character's going to be doing the same thing too long, and people won't feel the experience of your character changing. So why 7 acts? Well, first off, how long is a movie? A movie is 95 to 105 pages. And if you do the math, you'll see that that gives you about 15 pages per act.